Hello YouTube, D-Man Biker here again, and let's just get down to it. Let's have a test to end all tests for this composite layered armor matrix that we have here on this tank. So let's just refresh it really quick. This tank weighs about 32.7 tons and is riddled to the bone with layered composite armor. What should we do? Should we use, I don't know, like the SH-21B 120mm cannon, or, I don't know, like a 155, no, we're not doing that shit. We're gonna use this baby. This is the Colossus 6 land ship, 284 tons, two 140mm long guns, and a 30mm rotary autocannon. This is an old tank, uses an ancient aiming expression, but it'll work for now. So, let's just go ahead and open up. Basically, we're just going to put some shots into the lower plate, some into the turret, maybe even some cheap shots into the side armor. Let's start out with some side shots here, shall we? So, first shot in the side, no penetration. Keep in mind, none of the plates on this thing are more than 5mm thick in the matrix. Okay, there's a couple the 140mm shells, 4 of them, each with 300 penetration. No penetration on the side, but we're really wanting to test the frontal armor. If I keep firing that gun by mistake here, it's because the control scheme is different on this tank, 'cause it's so old. Okay, let's go ahead and put some rounds into the lower plate here. So there's fire 1. No penetration. It's even aim right where the ammo is, right on this side. Fire 2. No penetration. We do have a plate destroyed though. Fire 3. No penetration. So this is 6 140mm shells so far. Fire 4. No penetration. Let's aim at the turret. Turret's aimed down just a little bit to protect the turret neck. Fire 1. No penetration. Fire 2. No penetration. Bit of turret damage there. Let's unload on it with the Gatling gun here. So that thing really can ruin those plates a little bit, so that might be a real weakness of this armor scheme. But you're not penetrating, we're just taking plates off. And looks like we did have a penetration with the rotary autocannon. I'd say that was still pretty impressive though. We would not have had a penetration in several shots with that main gun. Let's take a look at the actual armor. I believe our penetration was actually in this upper plate up here and not in the main armor scheme. So it looks like we lost quite a few layers of main plate armor here, but it hasn't actually been compromised. And turret is still intact even after having the ammunition explode inside it, because there was ammo up here. So I'd say that's a fairly satisfactory test. I actually didn't test this ahead of time. I did this completely on the fly. We actually had penetrations through this top plate here, I believe, not through the primary area. But considering how many, like this tank right here, it couldn't even take like one hit from this. And, like, this armor is OP as hell. Seriously. In my next video I might test a more conventional armor scheme to see how that holds up against this sort of cannon here. Primarily AP. I have tested this armor against very large, super high penetration heat shells, and it does hold up, though the My Colossus XT fires 700 odd pen, 203 millimeter heat shells. This armor does hold up to that, but it degrades pretty quickly. And if any of those shells were to hit like the top of this tank or the turret ring or anything like that, it just annihilates the tank. But any tank in this weight class is not going to survive those kind of hits. And this is a 32-ton tank, and it's getting hit by shells that practically weigh more than the tank. So yeah, this is a very effective armor scheme. Main problem with this test is this tank is so much larger. Like, I don't know if you guys are quite saw just what this thing is, but this is just the biggest tank. Like, me and Sir Daubers just wanted to make the biggest tanks we possibly could. And this was my submission. Like, Jesus Christ. You know, if you're aiming down at this, it's not very effective. I have confirmed that if you fire straight into these plates, like if these were not sloped, they basically aren't effective at all. Like, they don't, the weird compounding effect where shells hit it and fall along the armor, it doesn't happen. They just go straight through, no problem. So yeah, that's the real weakness, is that these things have to be sloped over 45 degrees, I'd say, or else they are not effective at all. And also machine gun bullets can destroy them pretty fast, as we saw there. Though really the main reason this failed was because of this glacis, because we were aiming down into it. Anyway, yeah, I'd say that's pretty effective for a 32-ton tank. Definitely OP exploit type armor, but fuck it.